Rose? Rosa? Well, at least I've still got you, TARDIS. 1, and a 2, and a 3.
This is... Wait a sec. I'm going to do the whole YouTuber sigh thing for added dramatic effect. So, this is probably the most insane and difficult video I've ever had to make throughout the entire history of this channel. And I thought, I'm going to do this right for 10 years of DanBYT Official. Thank you, by the way, for 10 years of this whole channel. I can't believe it's gone for 10 years. Yeah, insane, right? But I thought to celebrate 10 years of DanBYT Official, we'd do a couple of different things, and this documentary is one of them. I decided that I want to show you guys everything. So, you've seen the last 10 years of on-camera life stuff. All of the thousands of videos that I've made and uploaded to this YouTube channel. You've seen everything. But there's a lot of behind the scenes stories that happened before this channel even existed, during the creation of this channel, and just during the 10 years that this channel has been around. So in this documentary, I'm going to open up and give you guys the behind the scenes backstory and origin of DanBYT Official. Buckle the fuck up, because this is going to be an insane documentary that I never thought I would ever make. So, I want to tell you guys about the origin of this whole YouTube channel, and where best to start with how I was kind of brought up as a child. Yes, I was a child at one point. I was like literally this big at one point. So, growing up, I've always been into filmmaking. I've always loved big films like Star Wars and epic series like Doctor Who in the UK. And I've always had a passion for filmmaking. So when I was growing up, I knew that I was always wanting to be either like an actor or a filmmaker or writer or producer or anything really in the filmmaking kind of world. So I used to pretty much, since I was like really, really young, I always used to film videos and keep them just to watch back over. I made lots of little figure adventure things with like Legos or different action figures, and kind of created my own stories with them. I even did my own like live action episodes of Doctor Who back in the day, which was a whole era. But then I discovered YouTube, and this changed everything. A whole platform where literally anybody could upload content to it. And I thought, this is my opportunity. But there was one problem. I had no idea how to make a YouTube account, and for many, many years I just created film style content, and it was just kind of sitting on the computer at home. Here is one of the oldest videos that I have saved in my photo of an old TARDIS tour video of when I made my homemade TARDIS back in October 2013. If anything, it just puts disrespect on the engineering of the TARDIS. But again, as a kid, I just kind of got inspired by some TARDIS videos I saw on YouTube. I think one of the OG videos I think I watched around this time might have been the official one, or it might have been like a DW 2012 like TARDIS tour, and I kind of got inspired and made my own TARDIS. Very poorly, again, I may add. So yeah, here is that unreleased video.
This is a quick tour around the TARDIS and other places. This is our Dalek ship. This is our TARDIS. As you can see, this TARDIS, a lot of controls. This one here, for example, this one here is a handbrake. This one is the directional thing, and then this one here is just a lever. This is another lever. This is a smoke bomb setter, as you can see.
So it was around this time when I actually started watching YouTube and consuming YouTube content, and there was a good couple of different YouTubers who I used to watch back in the day, and yeah, my consumption of YouTubers were quite small back then because YouTube wasn't really a popular thing. It was just kind of starting to get into, realistically, like, not many people really made YouTube videos. It wasn't a popular thing to do, as I said, and a lot of these big YouTubers who are big and have millions of subscribers today only had thousands when I started watching them. As I mentioned, DW 2012 was a big one for me with Doctor Who content, but other YouTubers include KSI, Deji, the Sidemen at the time. Again, these content creators had probably under 100. These content creators at the time probably had under 1 million subscribers when I started watching them. I also had American YouTubers who I enjoyed watching, like Kid Behind the Camera or The Angry Grandpa Show, and other creators like McJuggernuggets and TGF. Can't forget TGF. I actually started watching TGF very, very early on. They have millions of subscribers now, and I think when I watched them, they had well under 100k. Which is kind of crazy to think that I did watch a lot of these OG YouTubers when they were very much not popular, and now that they are popular, it's like a cool thing to do. So yeah, I was watching YouTubers for years, and in 2015, my little channel started its journey as I uploaded my first ever YouTube video, which was a terribly animated stop motion of some Doctor Who figures, because I thought I wanted to be a stop motion channel back in the day. That didn't last very long, as literally a few videos later I ended up doing a face reveal and an actual first video with my face in it. And I had actually been on YouTube before this. I was on one of my friends' channel, Luke Hodge, and basically I started in like a little video. Yeah, I don't really want to think back to that video. It's it's actually pretty insane. As mad as that video was, and as crazy as I look in it, it still does kind of hold a little place in my heart as being that first video that I ever was featured in on YouTube. But yeah, around this time I started YouTube, and actually my friend Luke, who again I featured in his video, he actually introduced me to the platform. Now, I'm actually going to go back a second because I don't really want to miss out anything here, and I figured out that I missed out a chunk of my life, which happened before this channel was created and before YouTube was a thing in my life. And that was primary school. Now, for any Americans, primary school is basically what you go to before high school. It's basically your first, like, school experience, I guess you could say. And primary school for me, when I was very young, was kind of a lonely time for me. Like, I didn't really gel in any of the friend groups in primary school from what I can remember. Like, you had the guys who liked football, and then you had, like, the girls who just liked whatever they liked, and then I was just somewhere like in the middle. I didn't really fit in with like the football lot, but I also did not fit in with a lot of these other groups of people because I was into movies, and back in that time movies were not really that popular amongst the crowd of people. Like, movies and especially things like what I was watching, like Star Wars and films like that, believe it or not, that was actually considered probably more mature for that sort of age group, which I kind of was, and I've always watched Star Wars in my life. I've always watched it since literally when I was like probably like 1 or 2 years old when I first started watching Star Wars. It's kind of crazy. I had an introduction to film at a very, very young age. But yeah, considering I didn't really mix with people very well in that primary school stage, I turned to creativity. And this is when I started developing a passion for filmmaking and creating my own storylines and writing and all of that kind of stuff. And that's really the pinpoint of when I sort of developed that. And I did eventually develop a couple of good friends through that whole primary school experience, and funny enough, they were also kind of creative and into movies and TV shows and stuff like that. So eventually I found like a couple of people, but throughout most of that primary school experience I was generally kind of just around and creative. And if I've got to look back on my life, I would say this point in my life, even though it wasn't particularly good at the time, I am so glad that I chose to kind of do my own thing and feed into this whole creativity side of things, because it's made me into the person I am today, and it's probably led to a lot of the content on this YouTube channel. So despite all the bad things, I would still say that I still find good things out of it as well. Then we got to high school, and this is again when I met my friend Luke and when I really got into YouTube. And I did start off my YouTube channel with stop motion videos and pretty much just reviews of different things, but then I started picking up some other popular ideas or things that were starting to get into the spotlight at the time, such as vlogging and challenges and all of that kind of stuff, and skits as well. And this is really when my creativity and passion started fueling into this YouTube channel.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to find a different hammer.
Hey guys, it's me, Francis, and today we're going to review this thing, the computer, the Toshiba. This thing isn't working. Oh. Ah.
There you go. Finally got a bit of light to it. Look at this. Kids, always burn your homework. It's better doing it this way. Guys, gotta go.
So yeah, this was probably around the 2016 to 2017 era of YouTube, when lots of different content creators were thriving at this time, and I actually was just really active on YouTube. I'd literally post daily at this point, I think. And as you could see through them different types of content, I really explored loads of different types. From little Francis parody skits from Boogie2988 to my own freak out videos inspired by McJuggernuggets and Angry Grandpa, where I burnt some homework for one video. I had some like spare homework sheets or something, and I was like, oh cool, I can make a little freak out video with it or something like that. And yeah, there are a couple of unreleased videos that I sort of did where I was just filming around, and for whatever reason they didn't make it to YouTube. Like I'd climb trees and like jump out of trees into the leaves, and like they'd kind of slow you down and stuff like that.
Oh, that's my engine sound gone.
Don't ask why I used to jump out of trees for fun. I guess anything with a bit of thrill to it was fun. Yeah. This probably leads to some of my videos nowadays where I just do the most random crazy shit. It was also around this time that I actually met a couple of YouTubers. I met Ollie White, who was a prominent YouTuber at the time, and I also met Ben Phillips a couple of years later. I didn't exactly meet him, I went to one of his shows and I actually did meet his grandparents at the time.
Oh, that's working. Hello, Doctor Who Figure Adventures on another vlog onside my phone. That's why
Campfire, mate!
Yeah, we've started to make this campfire.
I'm gonna zoom up on the pink lady. I'm so tempted to shout something.
Chicken donuts!
If I'm going to be honest, YouTube wasn't a popular thing back in these days, and I have so many memories of being through high school and literally being made fun of for making YouTube videos. I remember like people literally found my YouTube channel and started playing my videos from across the classroom, which was very weird and just a kind of strange experience. Yeah, I don't look back very well on these memories, and a lot of this kind of stuff did kind of ruin my whole high school experience. So I decided to do what I thought would be best at the time, which is take all of that energy around me and funnel it into creating more content for this YouTube channel. Because it was something that I was passionate about and I just really enjoyed doing it, and also it kind of just took away from the people who like made fun of the entire thing. Like for some reason I've always kind of been like this. If somebody tries to challenge me on something or like makes fun of that thing, it makes me want to try and do it even harder. And it makes me want to be that much more successful at doing it. Now came a bit of a turning point. The ex-girlfriend diss track. So pretty much the story goes, I had a girlfriend in high school and she pretty much just randomly fucked off and aired me. So I thought, how can I get back? And diss tracks were kind of popular at the time, so I just put two and two together and created a diss track. So please enjoy the lyrical genius... I can't say that, I can't. Please enjoy this abomination of a diss track which I attempted to make for the first time ever. I had literally never done anything like this before. So, yeah, roll the clip.
Look at me, then look at you, then look at me. It ain't my fault that you look like a pig.
Nah, that line about a head looking like a pea, bars. But no, in all seriousness, I've never made a song before now. I don't know why I decided to at this point. And for some reason, this went kind of viral within my school. Literally every single person had heard about this or heard the song. And I thought I was going to get like the massive outpour of hate. So I was kind of buckling up for that. But no, apparently people found it funny and actually thought it was hilarious or some shit. I would say that this is the point where the people who were just laughing at me doing YouTube videos back in that time actually kind of started to come round to it. Like it was about 2017 coming into 2018 and YouTube was kind of getting popular at this time. But to me, it really didn't make any difference because I was just continuing no matter what, whether people loved it or hated it. I was just going to carry on doing it regardless. So, with that all over and done with, then came year 10 and 11, which was the end of my high school experience, which was about 2017 to 2018. Now, this whole time is, on one hand, not fun to look back on, because it was a really bad time for me. There was a lot of things that happened during that whole segment of high school, but like on one hand, people like, on one hand you had half the people who were kind of coming to terms with the whole YouTube kind of thing. They kind of accepted that I was a YouTuber at this point, and they kind of found the videos funny or cool, and some people were genuinely fine, like supportive and all of that kind of stuff. But on the other hand, you still had some people who were like pretty shitty over the whole thing. Now, at this point in time, I had made a couple of friends throughout my whole high school experience, and that's one thing that I was kind of grateful for at the time, that I had a good friend support network, a network of people who kind of enjoyed the videos and were supportive of the content and all of that kind of stuff. But slowly and surely through that year 10 and 11 period, a couple of bad things happened, and I ended up losing a lot of people I would consider friends, and through a lot of backstabbing and betrayal and just a lot of shittiness, which really wasn't a good time for me. I started getting to a point where I found it incredibly hard to trust people. I was not willing to let new people into my circle or get friendly with people because of this just huge mistrust of a lot of people. So I had a main friends group, and that consisted of about 6 people. So a fairly sized group of people. Within them 2 years, 2 of them people backstabbed me completely. And I'm not talking about just backstabbed me like went cold and left. These people did that, and then on top of that, they talked shit on my name, tried to get me into shit during the whole exam season, which, I mean, exam season is usually quite stressful. Luckily, I'm of the mindset where I wasn't particularly stressed by the exams, so having all this extra stuff going on, yes, it wasn't fun, but I could deal with it at the same time. There was also a lot of other issues, various types of abuse. Like, I was physically assaulted, and that's something that I really don't feel comfortable talking about on camera, so I'm not going to, but a lot of shit happened in them 2 years, and following that, departing from the high school stage of things, I then proceeded to lose another, pretty much the majority of the friends, bar 2 people. So yeah, going from a friends group of 6 people down to 2 within 2 years, it's definitely a lot that was happening. A hell of a lot of stuff. So yeah, one of the means and like outlets that I used to deflect all of this was comedy. Me and my friend would do the most random, funniest shit.
Oh my god! That didn't quite work out well. It's a bird box still, actually. Fuck.
I dare you to knock on it and see if anything's in there.
So, now let's do some nice trick shots for you all. That didn't work! I sound like a demented old granny. The school actually has its own little addition to all of this, with its flying pterodactyls and its lovely stripper poles. So you like, you know, you pose like this and you like take them sick Instagram pictures on your iPhone 2 or whatever people can afford around here, and then you just like, yo, I'm so sexy.
And again, this, although there's a hell of a lot of bad stuff in this, I'm glad that I am the person I am, and that I could take this all, and that at this current time it was not phasing me, and that I was completely unfazed by this at the time. It really wasn't the same going the months afterwards though. Despite all of that, the one positive thing at that time in my life was YouTube and creating content for you guys. And once I left high school, I decided to make a last day video where I brought my camera into high school, and there was a very surreal moment where I was literally swarmed by what must have been anywhere from 80 to 100 people, maybe even more at some points, where I got literally swarmed by so many people and followed around the school area. We had to go up to the library area, and I have never ever seen that amount of people in this library space. So yeah, this was at a point where my YouTube channel was continuing to grow. It was speeding up actually. The growth was very much speeding up at this point. I was gaining hundreds of subscribers, and I had just left high school. So I decided to do the next logical thing and go to college, because pretty much that was my main option. I would either go to college or get a job, and the latter I really didn't want to do because I wanted to try and pursue this as a thing. So I decided to go to college and see if I could learn any more about filmmaking and video production and editing and all of that kind of stuff, to see if I could further grow my skills and get better at doing this. So yeah, I left high school and went on to college. So I went into college, and this was a whole new thing. I did a couple of different projects in this year, made a couple of short films actually. One of them actually being on the YouTube channel, that short film I did called Evil. That was actually made as my final project on my college course. Fun little fact there in the first year. But yeah, during this time I found it kind of difficult to really try and move on from the events which had happened in the latter half of the high school saga of my life, as you could probably call it. But the college course was good because it allowed me to really indulge and, you know, tunnel vision straight into this thing that I am, you know, incredibly passionate about. And yeah, there was some ups and downs, but personally I saw this as there were more ups than downs. It was also around this time when I started creating a lot more videos with Luke as well, and we started vlogging more and really started getting into more of the videos. We did a couple of other videos once we left school, and a couple of them which are on the channel. We also started the yearly holiday videos, which were incredibly fun to film. I really enjoyed making them holiday videos and vlogging that for all of you guys, and that was something to look forward to every single year. I then went into my second year of college, and this year was a little bit more mixed. I had some very high highs, but also some incredibly low lows at this time. So let's start off with the highs. First of all, I met my amazing girlfriend, who is still with me to this current day, Nat. We met on the second year of my college course. She just came into the actual course, and I was obviously in my second year. She ended up actually going up to the same level that I was on, and we ended up literally meeting. We instantly hit it off. We had, like, the chemistry just felt completely right at that moment, and that was a big positive moment in my life, which literally changed my life and allowed me to become the person who I am today. We went through the whole of college together, and we ended up leaving college, and I actually ended up filming a load of clips on the final day of our college course. So yeah, roll the clips.
Look, it's not. And it's me too. And welcome back to this little bit of a video here in Coleg Cambria.
Coleg Cambria.
A wild gnat trying to make a friend of a horse. Yeah. Anyway, last day things in college.
Just a side note as well, I am probably going to release this college video as a separate video in the near future, so make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so that you can see this video when it comes out. It's been one that I've had in the banks for a while, and it's just kind of been sitting there, so I thought it's 10 years, what the hell, let's just upload it. It was also around this time where we really started making a lot of the film content that you see. So we started making Bruises, Monotone, Mirror Man, the Decibels of Time. All of that was done around this 2020 to 2021 season. And yeah, this time was good. Yeah, I enjoyed this whole thing, and you know, looking at the upsides of things, this was really good. I was going out and vlogging literally every single week. I was posting a new crazy vlog, and apart from a couple of little dips, everything was really good. The momentum of these vlogs and this content, I'd be going out exploring abandoned places with Luke, and then next week we'd be on a beach somewhere doing another vlog. And as I said, apart from some downs, which does include a couple of unreleased vlogs, they'll probably get released at some point, but yeah, just a story for another day kind of thing. These times were probably some of my most fond memories. We did some of them quarantine vlogs. I did a vlog where I did so many different vlogs, and at this whole time I was going through college and we were making films, we were making interactive films, which was again just a really cool experience with the entire thing. I'm super grateful for that whole opportunity to create these really cool videos. But with every up also does come a down. And it was during this whole college time that I had a pretty bad battle with what I could only describe as really severe anxiety. Now, I really don't like putting a label on things like that, but I was incredibly anxious at this time, and I think, and like the main thing that comes to my head is that all of this past trauma and past events from even through high school to during a couple of different things through college, all of these things catched up with me at once, and I think that is what caused all of this. I also had some very bad, like, depressive thoughts, and this isn't something that a lot of YouTubers cover, and I kind of want to do a separate video just on this whole topic because I think it could be beneficial to other people and creators who could be going through certain things. But what I will say is that this was an incredibly tough and really bad time of life. And yeah, I'm going to be completely honest here with you guys and just open and honest, and that's kind of what this whole documentary is about. If it wasn't for my girlfriend, I have no idea where I'd be right now, because I was in such a bad place. Like, words genuinely can't describe the feelings and thoughts that were going through my head at that current time, and just the day-to-day life. I mean, the only way I can describe it is that I was coming into college every single day, where to a point where I had to leave for a couple of weeks because I was genuinely feeling nauseous all the time, just constantly. I had this impending, like, there's a couple of times where I actually physically threw up, and it got to the point where I actually had to go to the doctors, and I had to try and figure out what was happening, because it was very, very concerning, and I lost a shit ton of weight because I barely ate anything, and it was a really, really rough and bad time of life, which I try my best to just block it out at this point. I just wanted to give you guys a quick understanding of that entire era. And again, to the video, if you watch all of the videos I was uploading perfectly through that time, you really couldn't tell at the time that I was going through anything through these videos. But looking back, I can tell myself, because I remember how it was to go through that time, and it was, yeah, I guess it's something that, again, something that made me who I am to this day, and I'm not going to say that I regret anything, and I'm not going to say that I would change anything if I could do it again, because, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm perfectly honest with you as an audience, I think all of these bad and good things through life have crafted me into the person that I currently am right here to this day. And for that, I am grateful and thankful, and I'm on the path that I am supposed to go on, and you can't change that. What's the point in getting, like, caught up on the past and periods of life where things weren't particularly that good? So, whilst we are on this topic, I also want to explain as a YouTuber how I dealt with the overwhelming amount of hate that you do get as a YouTuber. If there are any serious YouTubers out there watching this, and people who have actually, you know, I'm not talking about people with 5, 10, 100 subscribers, I'm talking about people who have been on YouTube for years and who have actually experienced what it's like to be a YouTuber. You get a ton of hate, and one thing that I've always been quite good at is dealing with that. Now, I've had varying levels of hate, from just random comments that genuinely half of them I don't see. The other half I wouldn't bat an eyelid to, because I've seen that many different comments, like thousands of different comments throughout my time on this platform, that it doesn't even, like, register in a fraction of my brain. And then there are the more severe type, and personally, it doesn't affect me at all. Again, because I've been doing this for 10 years and I've experienced exposure to this whole thing for 10 years, it does not faze me at all. Like I said back in high school, I'm going to carry on with this regardless. I'm going to do content regardless, and nothing can stop me from doing that. It's something I'm truly passionate about, and I truly enjoy and have a passion for making other people happy and making people laugh and putting a smile on people's faces because they found one of my videos funny. And I think the reason for why I get so much enjoyment out of doing that is because I know how it feels to be in the deepest, darkest places that life can throw you. So I understand how much people appreciate entertainment, which ultimately is why I do this and why I want to do this as my full-time job. In fact, things have gotten so bad with personal stuff I'm talking about, not even like online stuff, that I actually almost ended up quitting YouTube. And I have that exact moment on a clip which I had as part of a behind the scenes of a film which I never released. So here is that clip. And action. And action. Okay, right, I'll put it here. Right, let me just throw that down there first. Right, so the gems. Right, got these. And action. Oh, what's this in my pocket? What's this? You know what? They can have this too. I don't care. Oh yeah, this. Okay, and cut. So you guys, behind the scenes, yeah, here in the mirror, to what could be possibly my last film. I mean, it's crazy to think this. This could be it. Well, that is a wrap on this scene. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this. Wait. I know we're about like halfway through or partway through this documentary right here, but I just wanted to take a second to let you guys know about the brand new merchandise which is available to purchase right now via the link in the description. Yes, 10 years of Danby Whitey Official is a big achievement, and 10 years is such a big achievement that we decided to drop merchandise for this. Yes, this is a limited edition 10 years collection which is exclusively available via the link in the description on my merchandise website. Yes, this is very limited edition, and when it's gone, it is going to be gone forever. In fact, I don't know why I'm just going handheld right now and telling you all, because I actually did make an announcement. So, you know what? As this is a cinematic documentary, roll the announcement. The Danby Whitey Official 10-year collection is available right now. From stickers, to caps, to beanies, to t-shirts, and even hoodies. And this is a limited edition collection, so that means it is only available for 365 days. Or until it sells out. So what are you waiting for? There's only 365 days to cop this, and then it is gone forever. Begin the timer. So yeah, as you just heard, the merchandise is available to purchase right now via the link in the description. Go ahead, copy your merch, rep the brand and the channel, show you guys support it. And again, all of the revenue made from this merchandise goes directly back into making content for all of you guys at home. So yes, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for supporting me for 10 years. go cop some merch, and let's get back to this documentary. So, at this point in the story, I had pretty much left the whole college process. So, had the last day, all of that kind of stuff, which I actually did film a bit of a video for the last day, just never ended up putting it up. So if you want that video, then like this video, because I will definitely publish that last day video if you guys do want it. So yeah, if we get some likes on this video, then I will go ahead and publish that actual full video and edit it together, because I think I've got some of the clips on my old laptop, RIP, which it's half working. So yeah, I'll pull the footage from that though. So yeah. So after this whole college thing, I come out of college and I decide, okay, now is the time where I really need to put my all into YouTube, and that is what I wanted to do. And for a few months, I don't even know if it was a few months. It was probably like a month or two or something like that, but I just fully gave it my all. I was vlogging at this point in time. We were going out and vlogging all the time, and this was really the thing. We had some of the big 2021 videos at that time. We got into a good flow of like new video ideas and things like that. I was starting doing like reactions to things that was popping off at the time, and some of the videos are still to this day some of my favourite videos on this YouTube channel, and this was really good. And then something happened. So I was pretty much at this point forced to get a 9-to-5 proper. Well, it wasn't even a 9-to-5. I'll get into this right now in this segment of this whole thing right here. So yeah, pretty much I ended up having to get a job in basically a warehouse. And throughout this entire thing, I really didn't know what was going on with this whole thing. I literally just got told to come downstairs and sign this piece of paper. Didn't really have any choice, but I remember that day so vividly because ironically that night I decided that I was going to do my best to try and get a viral video on my YouTube channel. That video that I made on that night was the TGF driving video, which is still my most popular video on this channel to this day. How that all worked out and how the timing all sort of corresponded in that moment, I genuinely have no idea. I could say it's just the universe doing its thing, or an act of God, or something like that, but the timing was absolutely crazy, because the night that I pretty much got forced into doing this job was the same night I ultimately posted that video, which ended up literally becoming my most viewed video on my entire channel. Anyway, time goes on, and there's actually a couple of months really that go on, and I'm doing the same mundane tasks every single day. This is an insight of the day in my life. So I would wake up at about 4:30 in the morning, get ready, go out for about 5 o'clock, somewhere around then, would then work all of the, basically would then work the full 8 hours, whatever that would basically calculate to. I would then come home, shoot videos all of the rest of my evening, and then I would pretty much end up editing at night, and then I'd go to bed probably about an hour before I'd end up getting up again, and the cycle would pretty much repeat. And to me, this was generally quite a dark time of life, and I use that word, I don't use that word like lightly really in that sense of thing, because I mean, I was functioning somehow on about 1 hour's sleep a night. Maybe 2 hours if I was lucky, and, you know, a video was short, and I was pretty much functioning on that, and then pretty much getting through the day, doing the same mundane tasks every single day, pretty much like a zombie, and then I would get back home and have a little bit of creative time where I could film videos and stuff like that, but ultimately the entire process was eating away at me, to a point where I actually sat down and was so, like, unhappy that I worked out the entire company's earnings and then found out what percentage of them earnings I was getting as a paycheck, and it worked out as being like something 0.000 something percentage of the entire yearly earnings or whatever it was. So yeah, this was a point in my life which I wasn't particularly the most happy, but every opportunity that I got, I tried to make as good as I possibly could do. So whether that was going out on the weekends to try and shoot some videos, whether that was trying to go out of an evening to try and shoot some videos, because I'd usually go out with my friend Luke on a Thursday night, and sometimes we'd go and film some stuff on the weekends as well, because literally the rest of the week was kind of just hectic, and I'd be very, very busy, obviously. And then something happened that was kind of like a bit of a blessing in disguise. I got essentially let go from that job position, and I was sat there and I thought, okay, I've got two choices. I can either go back in and try and do that again and try and just find some other random job that would work, or I can try and do my own thing, try and be self-employed and try and create my own business and make some money from it. So I actually ended up researching into that and sort of figuring out what my options could be in terms of a business model and something that would work to essentially get me the money I needed to fund a lot of these videos on my YouTube channel. And I'm going to be completely honest, a lot of my pay did go into just creating content for you guys, because to me YouTube has always been like this one big thing that I've always strived to try and make work, and if that means blowing every penny that I earn on trying to create content, then so be it. And that is what I pretty much continued to do, and I ended up basically growing a business so that I could fund the content and fund the videos that were working at the time on this YouTube channel. And that was like a very, very crazy time. Like, there was one point where I literally almost quit doing YouTube, and I think it was around the time that this whole job thing was going on, and it was definitely tough, but I managed to get through it and get to this point where we are right now, as of 10 years of this channel. So this whole part of this documentary is pretty self-explanatory. Throughout my YouTube time and these 10 years of YouTube, I have came across a lot of snaky people, and you know what? I found out that there was a lot of people who I thought were, you know, pretty decent people who were just trying to help me on my YouTube journey, or, you know, help me with a collab or whatever that may be, who completely did a 180 and backstabbed. And this has definitely opened my eyes a lot to the YouTube scene, and now when big YouTubers say that they can't trust a lot of people, and they really can't trust many people, I know exactly why. So, yeah, fuck the snakes, there's actually been people on this channel who have, or people who haven't even been on this channel before, who have delayed the process of content creation or just bailed out on ideas in general. And yeah, this is just a lot of stuff that you have to deal with as a YouTuber. Well, one of the times I actually did record a video clip of just me venting my thoughts out, and it never actually made it to YouTube until now. So guys, I guess this is a video. This is part of a video, but I've just finished shooting my reaction to my 2 years in the future video that I did right here. As you can see on my laptop, I just shot this right here, and yeah. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to come on camera and just chat to you guys for a little bit. I don't know if this will be posted at some point or not, but I'm just keeping this video for safekeeping because, like a lot of other YouTubers, if they didn't get their goals within 2 years, like 100%, I know a lot of other YouTubers would have given up by now, and it's been kind of a crazy ride. And reflecting on this video really has, you know, made me reflect on my channel a little bit, because I mean, realistically, I'm always making videos, I'm always grinding on content and stuff like that, so I don't really get a lot of time to reflect on my channel and, you know, just stop and look over everything and stuff like that. Although I didn't get my goal of 1 million views and 100,000 subscribers, you know, I'm not doing bad. I'm not doing terrible. I've definitely upped my view count by a lot. I'm super proud of how many videos are, you know, pulling some bigger numbers nowadays. And, you know, I'm actually genuinely proud of myself for that. And I'm super proud that, you know, you guys watching this video, if you guys are watching this video, I don't know if this will go up or not, but, you know, I'm going to keep this in the vault for safekeeping, and whatever happens. Past year has been kind of crazy, a whole journey in itself. I mean, we gained some subscribers, we gained some views, all that kind of stuff, and all that aside, but, you know, I've been on a physical journey myself too, which realistically I plan on keeping offline and keeping this personal, but I'm filming a video right now, so I've no idea if this will go up or not. I've said it like a million times in this video anyway. But yeah, I've got no idea what the future lies ahead of me right now. I have no idea if I'm trying to plan collabs right now, but don't have a lot of luck with that at the moment. So I'm hoping something works out. But yeah, there's a lot going on, I suppose. But yeah, as you can see, I mean, see, I'm making a reaction video. It's night. But yeah, I've been, I guess, on kind of a journey of my own this year, because, I mean, I haven't even released this yet on YouTube or even announced this, but, you know, the 1st of January 2023, I made a promise to myself that I would work out every single day, and that is something that I genuinely haven't been able to keep in the past. Back when I was in high school, when I was doing YouTube back then too, there's a couple of old videos and stuff like that, and, you know, I might, yeah, there's a load of old videos and stuff from back in my high school days. But yeah, I remember back in high school I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start working out, all that kind of stuff. I got some weights, trained for about a month and a half, and then I just gave it up. I just gave up 100%, and you know, a lot of cool things happened. I've been motivated and super motivated to like properly get everything started and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I've been super motivated at the moment, to the point where I was like, you know what, I'm going to start working out again. I'm going to start doing it. And I was like, you know what, I'm not going to take any breaks, no rest days, nothing like that. I'm just going to do every single day. And I've kept it up to the point where I'm now doing 2 workouts a day. 1 in the morning, 1 in the night, and sometimes the 3rd one in the middle of the day if I got time. So yeah, it's pretty cool that I've managed to keep it. And, you know, currently when I'm filming this video, we are in September 11th, 2023. It's Monday, and I'm still going. I'm still battling on, I suppose. But yeah, I just wanted to make this little clip, I suppose, for safekeeping, to show my progress, I guess. Because God knows what progress I'm gonna have in the next couple of years, or whenever I choose to look back at this video. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely on a path to something. What that something is, I have no idea. But I'm definitely on that path now, and the hard work has begun, and I'm just keeping it going this year, 100%. I'm just keeping it going all the way through this year. And even though I've had some setbacks, I just keep pushing through, 100%. So yeah, I wanted to make this little reel video, I guess. God knows who may see this, or if it will ever see the light of day on YouTube, but if anyone is watching this, I guess hi. Yeah. I guess I'll end this clip, yeah. So yeah, fuck the snakes, and that'll probably become relevant in the coming years. Not like I'm making a project or something like that could potentially come out in the next couple of years that may be relevant to this subject. I just looked like I was having a seizure or something. Anyway, on to the next part. The calm before the storm. And yeah, I have felt for the last couple of years I have been going through this phase which I would like to call the calm before the storm. And this has been the phase of my life in which I have just been trialing so many different things on this YouTube channel, and none of them really hit big. I went through many different ideas of things that I could do on this YouTube channel, and I would say that this is definitely the calm before the storm. I've also lost quite a lot of people, just random, like, behind the scenes on this channel. People who I just can't work with anymore. Putting that just very bluntly and simply. And it's genuinely been like that for years. I mean, earlier in this documentary I talked about losing people throughout high school, and yeah, that cycle did kind of continue afterwards, and I would say at this point this is the calm before the storm. It also is a time that I am putting a lot of effort and work into something brand new on this channel, which is streaming. And streaming is something that I have wanted to do since I could remember on this channel. I wanted to do like IRL streaming and just streaming in general on this channel for many years. I've never actually took the leap to do it because I genuinely didn't really see that I had the audience to do that kind of thing. But now an opportunity has came around, and I thought, you know what, let's bite the bullet and let's go ahead and do it. So I've contacted a couple of people who I am friends with, and yeah, we're making this streaming thing happen. I am very excited for the future of this whole streaming saga on this YouTube channel, and I do want this to be a permanent thing, a permanent addition to this YouTube channel. I want to continue making videos like I always have been, But I want to also have a connection with the audience. I want to have a connection with you guys where I can just go live and hang out with you guys and chat with you guys in real time, because that is something that I have always wanted to do on this YouTube channel, but never really had the push to go ahead and do it. And guess what? That push is happening right now, and yeah, this is going to be crazy, I'm not going to lie. So after every calm, there is ultimately a storm. And yeah, that storm did come to me at this point. I have been planning a lot of stuff, and again, as I said in the last segment, streaming is obviously a big part of this channel going forward, but there was actually quite a big storm on this channel beforehand, and that was getting demonetized. Now, I used to post a bunch of Doctor Who related videos on this YouTube channel, and I actually used to just clip things and re-upload them to shorts and all of that kind of stuff. And one day I got a random email out of the blue to tell me that my channel had been demonetized due to using of some form of content. I can't remember exactly how it was worded, but it is something relatively new as of when shorts came into YouTube, where basically if you re-upload content and you re-upload multiple different pieces of content from other YouTube channels, especially copyrighted content, then you can actually get demonetized for that. And I actually had to remove over 100,000 views off of my channel in content due to it, yeah, basically due to that happening, and I could remonetize within 90 days. I had to wait the full 90 days to get remonetized. I actually tried to reach out to YouTube to see if I could speed up the process. I had to contact YouTubers. Shout out to Snowy Joe, actually. I did contact him, and I did reach out to a bunch more YouTubers as well to try and see if I could get this sorted any quicker. Unfortunately, I couldn't. And the worst part about this was that I really didn't know if my channel would get remonetized after the 90 days. Because yeah, if you remember, I have thousands of videos on this YouTube channel, and if just one of these breaks that rule about re-uploading content, then literally I would have to wait another 90 days. Luckily, I did get remonetized, and that is through to the next segment. But whilst we are still in this segment, yes, a lot was happening around this time. I had a lot of collaborations and ideas and things that I wanted to do, and YouTubers I wanted to reach out to, and things I wanted to be a part of. And at this current time, a lot of that stuff didn't work out, and that was another thing that was a bit of a struggle, because I had just been hit with this whole demonetization thing, and then on top of that, I had been hit with a load of rejections from other YouTubers and people, and things that just didn't work out. And ultimately, yeah, I think that's how it goes. I think things always come, you always get negative things that come together, but then you can get a positive. So yes, at this point I got remonetized on YouTube, and I was very, very excited about that, and I actually ended up doing this whole new era of content where I was uploading every single Wednesday a brand new reaction video, and every single Saturday a brand new big video, and that went on for a good couple of weeks. There was a lot of weeks that actually went on for, and I'm actually quite proud that I managed to keep it up for so long. But nearing the end, there was the odd upload that fell off, and the odd delay. Uploads were getting delayed, and I'm going to come out clean and tell you exactly why that happened. I was planning something else for the future of Danby Wordsey Official. And that something else took up a lot of my time and energy. At the time, I was looking into live streaming, the thing that I am currently starting up right here, but it was supposed to come at a much earlier time. Now, a big YouTuber who you may know of, known by the name of Keemstar, runs a podcast. Well, a podcast, I'd say a live podcast sort of thing, live stream, which now is a live network, which is just a multitude of different streams going on throughout the day. It's like a 24-hour loop, essentially, at this point in time. But yeah, I decided that I was going to try and get into one of these shows. And, I mean, this was quite a good idea at the time, and it's something that I was really, really passionate about. And the more I looked into it and the more I got into this, the more I realised that I didn't want to be part of a show. I wanted to make my own show. And ultimately, that idea ended up in, basically, I actually did come up on a couple of the shows, and that was a whole thing. But ultimately, in the end, I ended up walking away from the idea of actually trying to apply and really try and get a show as part of that network. And I decided that I might want to try and go solo. Actually, it kind of did sort of a thing where I sort of didn't really... I wanted to go back and try and focus back on content again for a while, because I had really, really neglected the whole content thing and the upload schedule. So I wanted to go back to it for a while. And again, it started back up. But then, at this current time, a lot of things started happening. We had the whole 10 years thing. We got this documentary. We got everything that is happening for the 10-year anniversary of this channel. So I thought, well, I've got a lot going on right now, so I may as well, you know, do less frequent uploads, but at the same time work maybe towards something new. And that whole thing is streaming. And I'm very, very glad, and I'm actually quite honoured that I met a fellow content creator through Keemstar's live streaming universe, who goes by the name of Roxy Unfiltered. And yeah, that's actually a really, really cool development in my life, which I didn't think would particularly happen, but it happened anyway, and this is actually something that is looking like it could kind of do something. Yes, I will definitely need support, and I will definitely need people to tune into these live streams, and the only way to make that happen is to make these live streams really, really good. So that is going to be my main goal of this channel going forward. Yes, I will still be uploading big videos. That is still going to be a 100% thing. I'm not going to be quitting videos. That is not going to be what's happening here. Videos, shorts will be going up as usual. But an addition to this channel will be live streaming, and that is what I am ultimately quite excited for, and something that I actually have quite a lot of passion for at this current moment in time, which yeah, again, it makes me excited. I'm really, really looking forward to doing this. So yeah, I think this is going to be a really, really cool progression of this channel. So yeah, that basically brings us up to the modern day, where I am trying to create content and also trying to stream at the same time. It's been a wild ride of a 10-year journey on this YouTube channel, and one that I would genuinely not change for the world. And even though that I can say fuck you to a lot of people who tried to stop the channel, a lot of people who tried to hinder me in this journey and try to essentially throw a spanner in the works, I want to overall, and most importantly, thank everybody who has stuck by me and stuck through this channel for 10 years. And no matter whether you were one of the first people to subscribe to this YouTube channel and you're still watching today, or you have literally just subscribed in the last 24 hours and are brand new to this YouTube channel, I love and appreciate every single one of you, and genuinely, you guys have at least made this so that there is an opportunity for me to do this as a thing in my life. I want to thank everybody who has ever subscribed to this YouTube channel, everybody who's ever smashed a like on a video, anybody who's ever left a nice positive comment on my YouTube channel. and most importantly, anybody who has ever viewed a video on this channel. From the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much for an amazing 10 years on YouTube. Here's to the future, and hopefully many, many more years to come. Thank you all so much for watching this documentary about the 10 years of my YouTube channel, and just a bit of a behind the scenes look at my life throughout this 10 years. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.
I've made up my mind, I just wanna be free. I live my own life in a new galaxy. I wanna be weightless in the silence of the night sky. I wanna free fall into nothing at all. I'm taking the moments, starting over.